What's up, guys? My name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. I was absolutely stunned by the amount of support yesterday's Trojan update video got. You guys really seem to respond well to that kind of format, so I am very excited to keep this series going, and as long as there's news or something to talk about, I do want to do this daily. Monday through Friday, maybe even on the weekends if there's some big news. Again, a lot to talk about today. We had a big flip in recruiting yesterday. Just like I said, as soon as I hit publish on the video, that news dropped. That seems to always happen. It was the big media day at USC. We got some big injury news and just a bunch of good quotes that I want to dive in with you guys, as well as a Big Ten strength of schedule rating by CBS that I find to be very interesting. So guys, before we get into it, if you are enjoying these videos, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, really appreciate how much support yesterday's video got. Really appreciate all the great feedback. Thanks so much. Now let's get into this. All right, so last night, more good recruiting news as it relates to USC, as the Trojans did flip former Georgia commit Jaden Perlott. This is a 4-star linebacker from Buford, Georgia, number 20 linebacker in the country per the 247 Sports Composite. 6'2.5", 202 pounds, although I can say with some certainty he is larger than 6'2.5". You just see him standing next to some of those guys on that Buford team. He's clearly taller than that. This is a player for the 2025 class as well. We've been doing really well in that 2026 class, but this is a commit for this year's class, which is a very big deal. Again, in today's day and age of recruiting, it's hard to get excited about any of these just because you don't know if they're going to sign on the dotted line. But man, with a kid this talented, this late in the cycle, flipping him from Georgia, you can't help but come away from this one smiling. And on the field, this kid is a ton of fun to watch. Big hitter, great athlete, very fast, very strong and explosive. Plays with a violent edge to his game, always looking to inflict pain on the opponent, and that's obviously a very good thing when you're talking about a linebacker. Talking about his speed, Jaden runs track in high school as well. A kid that I think honestly could make an impact his true freshman year if he does come to USC. So great news there. Now we turn the page to USC Media Day, which happened today. When addressing the media, Lincoln Riley said that Carson Tabarachi, Mekhi Sena, Jaden Walker, and Kalolo Ta'aga are the only players who can't be full go for the start of fall camp, which of course means that tight end Lake McRee is cleared. That is fantastic news as Lake does look to be tight end 1 coming up this year. And if those are the only injuries heading into fall camp, that's a pretty clean bill of health for USC. With Tabarachi down, it seems like some of those young guys are going to get some more reps. So obviously don't want him to be hurt at all, but that is a positive in the situation. And then you have the 3 freshmen in Sena, Walker, and Ta'aga. So as health goes, that's pretty good. Obviously all we can do now is hope for a clean bill of health throughout fall camp. Sticking with the offensive line, USC offensive line coach Josh Henson said that the right guard position battle is wide open. He said that Alani Noah, Gino Quinones, Amos Talele, and Micah Benuelos are all in the mix. A lot of interesting guys named in that group. Obviously, you have Alani Noah, massive kid, super violent, super physical, sort of your prototypical road grader playing at the guard spot. And then you have Gino Quinones, who did start for USC last year, obviously got hurt and missed all of last year. But that's a super young group of guys right there. I do think Alani Noah has the edge. We saw him get a start in USC's first game against San Jose State last year as well. I cannot wait to see who comes out on top of this competition. Amos Talele and Micah Benuelos are not slouches either. So really excited to see how that plays out. Very happy that Micah is finally healthy now. Amos Talele also revealed that he lost about 35 pounds and he's moving a lot better. So very, very interesting position battle at the right guard spot. But the quote that caught my eye the most was on the defensive side of the ball with Mason Cobb saying that he's having fun playing linebacker again. I don't want to rehash this or go back too far, but I do want to say that the fact that Alex Grinch was our defensive coordinator for 2 straight years makes me sick to my stomach. Hearing a quote like that he's having fun playing his position again, that really just shows you what these players have gone through the last 2 years. And this brand new scheme and system with Coach Lynn and this revamped defensive staff is only going to do positive things for USC. The defense is no doubt going to be better this year. Of course, the question is how much better. Loved hearing that from Mason. I think he's a big-time candidate to have a bounce-back year. He wasn't an All-American level player at Oklahoma State, but he was an All-Conference level player. He was very productive. He was always around the ball. He was making big hits. We didn't really see that a lot last year. I really hope he can bounce back and play some good ball for us. And finally, we head over to CBS where Tom Fornelli of the Cover 3 podcast ranked the Big Ten strength of schedule. He has UCLA first, Purdue second, and USC third. And about USC, Tom writes, USC caught a bit more of a break in their Big Ten schedule than UCLA did, but decided to make life exceptionally difficult on itself in the non-con. I don't know if you heard Lincoln Riley mention that Alabama scheduled for success rather than entertainment, and I'd feel the same way if I had to play both LSU and Notre Dame out of conference before tossing in a road trip to Michigan as well as a home date with Penn State. Having the third toughest conference in the schedule sounds about right to me. We obviously don't play Ohio State, we don't play Oregon, but when you go through the schedule, there's not a lot of gimmies on there. The only gimme I would say is Utah State. Other than that, you obviously have LSU, Wisconsin, Penn State, Notre Dame. Rutgers is going to be a tricky game. The non-con is very tough, and the schedule as a whole isn't very flexible. There's not a lot of weeks you can really take off. Having this hard of a schedule will no doubt be a factor when it comes playoff selection time. But as we enter this first year in the playoff, the question is going to be, can you get in with 3 losses if you're a Big Ten team? I mean, if USC beats Michigan and LSU and Notre Dame but has 3 losses along the way, are you really going to keep that team out of the college football playoff? I don't think you can. So as we enter into this first year with this new setup, it will be very interesting to see how it plays out. But guys, that is all the news I have for you today. Tomorrow I will be covering some more stuff from Media Day. A lot of great quotes to get into. If you did happen to enjoy this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for all the support. You guys are all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.